Good afternoon, everybody. Come on in. I hope you all are having a great Thursday. It's almost the weekend. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you can hear me. Make sure. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me send these messages. Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. Come on in. I hope you can hear me okay. Hope you can see me okay. Just going to my page. Hey everybody, listen. Thank you all for joining me. I'm just going to give it a few moments today because I want to talk about this so important topic. Emotional eating, stress eating. I don't know if there's anyone on my timeline who has dealt with that, is dealing with it right now. We want to talk about that today. And so, listen, I am not going to belabor the time. When your comments come on in, I will see them and I will address them. And so, look, if you are joining, do me a favor. Type in your name, type in city, state, say hello, say good afternoon, whatever you want to do. Be kind. Be kind. But let's go ahead and have this chat today. So again, good afternoon, happy Thursday. I pray that you all have been well. Thank you for joining me. I am so happy that you decided to join me. And for those of you who are the first timers, whether you're going to watch this live or watching it on a replay, thank you so much. Today I want to talk about something that many women I particularly work with tell me that they experience. Uh, really on a consistent basis. And for those of you who don't know, I am a certified professional life coach. I am a Christian counselor and I am an entrepreneur, all right? I wear a few other hats like mom, first lady, grandma, great grandma, all that stuff. Um, but anyway, many of the women I work with, they tell me that they experience this thing called emotional eating or stress eating. And if you do as well, do me a favor and just type in the comments, me too, right? You put hashtag me too or I do as well. And so listen, as a result, this stress eating or emotional eating causes more weight and fat to tack onto their bodies, right? Which in turn causes them not to feel great about themselves, which leads to what? More emotional eating, more stress eating, and the cycle just really continues. It just continues. And at some point, the cycle has to be broken. All right? And so, what is this thing? How does it even get kicked off? Right? And so, when you think about emotional eating or stress eating, it often begins with a negative thought, right? Or a stressful day at work, a stressful day at home. Something has triggered it. It doesn't just come out of the blue, something triggers it. And so when you get that negative thought, whether it's about a circumstance or a situation, or maybe it's a negative thought about yourself, or you have that stressful day at work at home, one thing that happens is people will begin to grab something that may not necessarily be great for them, like some M&Ms or a handful of chips, right? And so listen, a little while ago, my husband, he sent me a message. He said, should I buy some candy to go into the candy bowl? He deemed this a candy bowl. I didn't. And I was like, no, don't get no candy. Don't get any candy because I understand it's too easy to grab. You grab it and you put it in your mouth. Well, he did it anyway. You see this? You see this candy? Right? But the funny thing about it, it's been here for 2 months, all right? Because he didn't know I had a trick for him. And I'll tell you about it a little later, but it's been here 2 months. But one of the things that, when people get into that negative space or that stressful day, They'll grab something like candy. They'll grab a handful of chips. And the next thing you know, you find yourself elbow deep in taking out a bag of McDonald's, or you're going to a fast food restaurant or something like that. Some of you all know what I'm talking about. And so emotional eating isn't anything new, but there is much, much more focus and awareness about it these days, right? They are even doing some investigating, right, as to why it's troubling for so many of people in terms of weight gain and metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, and other associated disorders that literally come from stress eating, emotional eating, right? And so, you know what? If you were to really ask a group of people who really don't emotionally eat about, well, what causes it? They likely say it's something due to a lack of self-control. They say, oh, you just can't control yourself. But it turns out that emotional eating is really much more complex than that. And so, what are some of the contributors? And this may be really good for you, especially if you know that you are an emotional eater or you are a stressful eater. Here are some things that you can really, really, really um, jot down and consider these factors that really contribute to emotional eating, right? And one of them is just unconscious eating, not even being conscious of what you're eating or why. How many of you have been in that place where you're not even conscious of what you're eating and you're not even quite sure why you are eating? All right, that's a contributor to stress eating and emotional eating. Then another contributor is viewing food as your only pleasure. How many of you have been in that space where you see food as your only pleasure? The thought was that without food, there would be nothing else in life to look forward to. That may sound strange to some of you, but those who are dealing with that, it's not strange to them. Another thing is difficult feelings. And we all have experienced it, difficult feelings. Eating to distract yourself from thoughts, or eating to distract yourself from feelings that are unpleasant, or feelings that make you feel bad, feelings that make you feel stressed, or even feelings that make you feel depressed. So some people eat because it's their way of coping with difficult feelings. Here's another one, and it seems almost like contradictory. It seems like an oxymoron, but some people literally encounter stress eating and emotional eating because of a negative body image. And I know what you're thinking. You're saying, well, if a person is concerned about their negative body image, then why would they deal with or allow stress eating and negative eating, I shouldn't say negative eating, but stress eating and emotional eating to exist? But there are some people that literally eating because they're unhappy with the way they look, and they eat because they're not happy with the way or the shape of their body. I know it seems like it doesn't make sense, but to the person that's dealing with it, it does make sense to them, right? And then some people, what contributes to stress eating and emotional eating is that they are too hungry or they're too tired, right? Too hungry or too tired. Eating anything and everything because you have let yourself get too hungry. And I've been in that place before. But then too tired and simply don't care at that moment what you're putting into your body because you're just too tired. And so the question is, do any of these reasons for emotional or overeating or stress eating resonate with you? Like I said, it's a really, really complex issue about what causes people to binge or overeat, especially when they are not hungry. And so earlier today, right? It was early this morning. I received a message from one of my Baba Belly customers, and she said, in addition to her excitement, right, about losing weight, she sent a secondary message saying, I feel great. She sent a secondary message saying, I feel great. And honestly, Here's a gallon right here. I probably should have did this live while I was preparing this gallon, but this is one of our Bye Belly gallons. It is our Get Snatch juice, and I think this particular flavor is strawberry watermelon. So you know that's already good, right? But when she sent me that message, I'm going to tell you, I wasn't even surprised. I promise you, I wasn't surprised. And one of the reasons why I wasn't surprised is because I know how multifaceted our products are because of the ingredients, right? I know what these ingredients that's in this gallon is going to do for you, right? And one of the products that causes this feel good experience is something called sensoryl ashwagandha. Go ahead and pronounce that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show it to you, right? I'm going to show it to you so you can see it. Hopefully, you can see that, right? I'm trying to get it clear. And there it is. Sensoryl ashwagandha. And so that's what gives that feel good. I just feel good. I don't know why. I just feel good. So let me tell you why it is what it is. This ashwagandha is a patented plant-based adaptogen. Have you ever heard that term before? Adaptogen. A simple way to think of an adaptogen is that they are either plants, ours is plant-based, but they're either plants, they're either herbs, or they're even mushrooms that literally help your body adapt to stress. Because every single day we encounter something that can trigger stress. As a matter of fact, every day there are stressors that take place around us. But there are some who can cope with the stressors, and there are some that cannot cope with the stressors. And this particular product, this ashwagandha, helps you cope better with the stress, all right? And so it literally helps your body adapt to the stress in any way that your body needs. I want you to hear that. In any way that your body needs. So for me, my body may need more sleep. For you, your body may need more energy. For someone else, their body may just need to suppress those sensors altogether, all right? And so this ashwagandha, they don't have specific side effects on the body. They are able to adapt to what your body needs. So it literally tailors itself to you. You know, have you ever had a tailored suit? And if somebody else got in that suit, it wouldn't fit them the way that it fits you. Same thing here. This product literally tailors itself to what your body needs. And that's one thing that I absolutely love about it. And so 77% of people experience some type of physical symptoms of stress on a regular basis. And so because of it, this product helps them so much. And that's why our Get Snatch juice is one of the most popular of the 4 drinks that we provide. All right. And so what does it do? I'm going to go ahead and rest up on it. Okay. So what does it do? All right. This product that's in our Get Snatch juice, it helps reduce the stress. Can I tell you something? They did like a study, right? They did a study about sensorol in the body. And after 30 days, people saw a 54% decrease in their stress and anxiety. Major. But after 60 days, it was a 79% decrease in stress and overall anxiety. Come on now, ashwagandha. But like I said, stress, stressors are not something that we can just totally get out of our lives. For example, when you relocate to another area, moving is stressful. Getting married is stressful. Losing a loved one is stressful. So all of those things can contribute to someone eating more, right? Emotional eating. But on the other end, they did a study. So they did a study on how the ashwagandha helped decrease overall stress and anxiety. But they also did a study that showed how it helped people increase their stress tolerance. So whereas one thing can cause a person to just really lose it and they're not resilient in a situation, now it's like that one thing is nothing to them because they can cope in it. And so after 60 days, it showed a 91% increase in a person's ability to to have a tolerance for stress. And so that's absolutely amazing, right? And that ashwagandha is in your gallons. And so what are some of the benefits of the sensorol that is in our fat burner? It helps reduce stress. So if that's what you need, then it's going to tailor to your body to help reduce your stress. It's going to boost energy. Maybe that's what your body needs. So it's going to, again, tailor itself to what your body needs, and you're going to get that energy. Because I have people that say, you know, LaShonda, I don't feel as stressed. And then I have other people that say, I have a ton of energy. I have a ton of energy. And then it's also going to improve your focus. There are so many of my customers that say, LaShonda, I feel like I have better mental clarity. And I'm able to share with them, guess what? It is that sensorol ashwagandha that's in the Get Snatched juice. And that's why you are experiencing that. Then I have some customers that, because they are so stressed, they see a reduce in stress, they have an increase in their energy, and they are improved in their focus, right? And so that's why when you look at Baba Belly, just don't look at it as a way for you to lose weight and lose fat off of your waistline. It's that. It's that. It's also so much more, right? And so it helps you become resilient to stress. It even helps with health, heart, I should say, and vascular health. Like I said before, mental health as far as clarity, immune function, and then sleep better. That's another thing that some of the clients or customers say. I got to differentiate when I'm counseling and coaching as clients, but when I'm dealing with Baba Belly as customers, sleep better. A lot of my customers talk about how they have been dealing with issues where they couldn't really get a lot of sleep, but now they do. And so it's just so beneficial. And so I want you to know that if you have been dealing with emotional eating or stress eating, that guess what? You know, there is just your way that you have determined that you were going to deal with some of the stress in your life. All right? That you were going to deal with some of the stress in your life. You determined that that's the way you're going to deal with some of the negativity in your life. I am saying that there's a way that you can combat that. All right, there's a way that you can combat that because there are products called adaptogens that can help you. They're going to adapt to your body. So when your body is in stress, they're going to release what your body needs so that you can increase your tolerance. All right. And so Baba Belly is definitely one of the ways that you can get that done because a lot of my customers are already experiencing the benefits. And again, it's because this product right here, I know you can see it, that is inside of our fat burner that is targeted to that. Because being a weight loss product, we don't want stress eating to contribute to weight, right? We don't want emotional eating to contribute to your weight. And so therefore it only makes sense that if we're going to make a weight loss product, we have to take into consideration that that is some of the reason stress eating and emotional eating is one of the reasons that people put a lot of weight on. And so we wanted to make sure that a product that will help combat that is inside of our Baba Belly products. And so listen, I hope that was informational for you. I hope that if you are someone that is dealing with emotional eating and stress eating, that you do know that there is a way out of that thing. And so look, If you have any other questions on that, go ahead and inbox me. Send me a message. Put it in the comments. I would be more than happy to address those questions. And look, I'm in the Kansas City area. If you want to try a gallon of our Baba Belly, then go ahead, place an order. Inbox me. I'll share with you how to order. All the orders that are placed today and tomorrow, you can literally pick it up on Saturday. So you don't have to wait real long to get your product. All right, from this Saturday from 10:30 to noon. Those of you who are outside of the Kansas City area, don't worry about it. I'm going to send you a home kit. And so it's going to be a couple of packets like this, and it's going to be our Bye Bye Belly secret sauce. And you get to choose your flavor, whether you want strawberry pineapple, peach mango, strawberry watermelon. Um, there's a whole bunch of flavors. Blueberry lemonade, whole bunch of flavors, okay, that you would absolutely love. One of my favorites is the peach mango. Hint, hint, hint. The fruit punch is really good as well. So, we wanted to make it taste good because I know many times people they think health and tasty do not go together. But if we were going to succeed at helping you lose weight in inches, we have to make sure that you could swallow it, right? That you didn't have to hold your nose before you could swallow it. We wanted you to enjoy the drink, okay? And so you can get it in so many different flavors. Lemonade is another one. We even have a sweet tea version. You hear me? Sweet tea version. So if you wanted it to taste like tea, it can. So we wanted to make sure that it tastes well. So you would get, if you were one that wanted me to ship you out a home kit, I would just give you a couple of our fat burning products, our Baba Belly secret sauce. You add it to a gallon of water, shake it up, and you're good to go. And see, you can see our product. I don't know if you can see how dark it is down there. It's that it's our sensorol, our whole fat burner that just falls to the bottom. And so every time you drink, you want to shake, 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 and then pour you some and just enjoy. All right, so listen, thank you so much for joining me today as I can give you some information that will be able to help you. And listen, you may not be the one who has been dealing with emotional eating or stress eating, but you know someone who has been. It could be your sister, it could be your cousin, it could be a coworker or something like that. Look, tag them in this video or give them the link to this video or share this video with them. It is public, so even if they're not on Facebook, they'll still be able to see it. Let them see that, guess what? There is a product that can aid and assist them in that. And it works, okay? As a matter of fact, these days my customers are saying they got to remind themselves to eat because they're not hungry. They have to remind themselves to eat. And another thing is our products don't have any laxatives in it, okay? You don't want nothing like that. So listen, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here. Do me a favor, share, share, share. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put the comments in. Or if it's kind of private and personal, go ahead and inbox me. I would love to address your questions, all right? So listen, enjoy the rest of your Thursday. And I look forward to seeing you at this Saturday's Bye Bye Belly pickup so you can get your gallon, all right? Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.